Hello, my name is Greg Friedman. Welcome to the channel. Here I like to chat about science and I love answering your questions. So I'm keeping it in a podcast style AMA type of channel. And today, just a few minutes ago, I got a interesting question from a viewer, Lipsa50. Very curious question. This might be a stupid question, but since antimatter from CERN can now be trapped and transported in tiny amounts, could it ever realistically be used to help trigger nuclear fusion for energy? Or is that completely impractical? Well, first, that's not a stupid question. That's a pretty cool question. Any question that has words antimatter, CERN, and fusion, it's kind of cool. At first, it stumbled me a bit, if I may say so. But let's talk about it. You know, I'm an applied scientist, and to me, that means I work in the space of applications. So I sit on the shoulders of basic science giants and try to basically implement commercially viable solutions that are useful to humans. You know, Einstein said E equals mc squared, and then many others with huge effort built nuclear reactors, atomic bombs, and all that kind of stuff. So they all sat on just two tiny shoulders of Albert Einstein. So basic science is super important. It's fundamental to everything. And I don't want to discount by any means the importance of basic science. It's just not what I do. So I try to be more practical. I try to look at problems like, is this solvable today? And is this solvable within at least reasonable cost, something market could potentially absorb? Is it practical? So this makes question from Lipsa actually kind of interesting. Is it completely impractical? Well, let's think about it. So how is antimatter made? Radioactive decay, and that's used in PET scans in hospitals. So you have very specific type of radioactive material that as it decays naturally emits positrons. And I don't know how much that material costs, but anything radioactive is pretty expensive. The amount of stuff it emits is kind of low. You can take gamma rays, very high energy photons, and sometimes when they interact with matter, their energy is so high they can knock out electron-positron pairs under very right conditions. And I would imagine the amount of energy you would dump into your light source is much greater than energy you will release in form of antimatter. There are cosmic rays, you know, in space, the same super high energy photons, they can produce antimatter, and they do, but that's in space. How are you going to collect it? On Earth, for the purpose of scientific experiments, CERN built this mega expensive facility, giant pipes kept under vacuum with big-ass magnets that try to accelerate a couple of particles, smash them at insane speeds, and produce antimatter. And it is really amazing what the CERN scientists are able to do recently. They can trap antimatter and even transport it, not just a couple of nanometers in that tube, but actually transport it to another location. That's amazing achievement. Is it practical? My gut reaction is, if the company is offering you to invest, ouch, run. I don't think it's something that we will see powering my house or my car anytime soon. Where could we use very expensive material that can release huge amounts of energy real quickly? Weapons. So this could be weaponized. I could see it being weaponized fairly easily once we can produce significant or not insignificant amount of antimatter, combine it with regular matter, and E equals mc squared, mass of that matter times square of the speed of light, the energy will release is pretty freaking huge. So if you need to smuggle in a really tiny weapon that could detonate a half a building, that could be it. So can we do this for energy? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not for my car, not for my fridge, not for my table saw, but for, killing some evil dudes, maybe. I don't know other potential applications. Like maybe we could, if we could, even very slowly harness the antimatter from space somehow, like we're talking about building a lunar base. There's lots of high energy cosmic rays over there. You're in vacuum. So maybe that could be yet another solution to energy production on Moon or on Mars. That's something, it's way outside of my domain of expertise, but Lipsa50, welcome to the channel. Great question. I hope to see more questions from you. And everybody, please feel free to ask your questions in the comment section. If I can answer them, I will try my best to. And of course, if I said something stupid or wrong, please verify and let me know. I promise I love learning, and if there is something that I thought I know and I'm wrong, I love hearing about that. Anyway, peace. I'll see you in the next one.